should the Dolphins fan feel that his glass or her glass is half empty or half full as we move towards the 2017 season?
That looks delicious, but
Cynthia, I start with
It
you.
does look delicious.
I'm going half full.
Because?
Few reasons. Well, first, I liked the Julius Thomas reuniting Adam Gase and Julius Thomas. That's a good piece of his offense, right? From Denver, obviously they'd gone through different paths to get there, but
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so they're back together.
Boy, am I an idiot.
No, and I think that actually, as far as Tannehill's concerned, he'd be like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's a good piece. I think it'll be interesting to see. They've got some things to address. They've been making some pretty, like, see ya, like, goodbye, like, I'm done with you. Like
Mario Williams.
He's got a big name, and he was
being paid a lot of money to do almost nothing.
Right, and with Cam Wake re-signing that 2-year deal, like, that's your stud. He, like, brought Cam Wake back to life again. Like, and Cam was, like, maybe I go out on this high note, and then, they're like, all right, I'm going to do another 2-year deal with you. And Jarvis Landry had a great year. You obviously had Jay Ajayi overperforming what people thought of him. I think you've got a lot of reasons to think this is going to be an even better year than last year, and last year was better than we thought it would be going into it.
Matt Money Smith, I'll say you. Empty or full?
Boy, this one's tough. I mean, because they play in a division with the Patriots.
Right, and I should repeat what we established in our first go-round.
Oh,
the standard is, will they – it's not
finish
record.
Higher
will they finish higher
in their division.
In their divisional standings than they did?
A detail that should have been discussed.
I know,
but I think we can then
we can be loose with that.
The nuance is they finish in the same place,
right?
And if you're the Dolphins and you finish with the top wild card spot because you play in a division that the Patriots are in, then I think you can sell that as half full,
check.
right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm stuck. I mean, do I think they're better than the majority of the AFC teams that don't win their division? I guess it's the Tannehill thing, man. I'm not there yet. That's what's holding me back. As great as Adam Gase was with him in their first year, and you would assume they get better their next, I just don't know.
6 weeks or so ago, I was laughed out of 66 figuratively because literally, good luck picking me up and throwing me
with
out
a laugh,
anywhere.
No less.
That's why they put wheels on the Chad.
Certainly not enough force to get this.
It'd have to be a hell of a bellow.
Now listen. I think we get the joke.
I'm going to beat the hell out of it.
I said that Ryan Tannehill. I said you definitely want Ryan Tannehill as your QB in 2017, and everybody said, "Of course." What are you talking about? Where else are they going to look? Is there no? You're content
we've just
with
went
him?
through quarterbacks.
I know. Are you content with Ryan Tannehill going forward now?
Yep.
All right.
I think I would be, and especially as they add weapons around him.
Well, we sang songs. Byron Maxwell maybe got a little over his skis talking about that the secondary could be the next Legion of Boom. But nevertheless, the defense has some pieces, it seems, at least up front and in the back end there. And
they're good. It's a good team. I think that's why it's hard to say half empty, because when you look at all the pieces, they're a pretty good team.
Put them in a different division, it would be a different story.
Right.
And here's the negative POV. I feel like the Bills are on the rise. I think I said this in August that Rex Ryan would end up losing his job, in part for bringing his brother Rob into the fold, but beyond that, because they did get some good pieces. They got a couple of nice draft picks there.
They did.
And
as a Dolphins,
between the two guys, they got 6 or 8 games out of those guys. They're gonna,
not even.
Yeah, they're going to have the defense should be really good. And assuming they settle on a long-term deal with Tyrod Taylor.
I
don't get that.
I don't get.
I don't get it either.
I would assume teams would be falling over themselves to
get
Tyrod Taylor.
I'm hoping, dreaming that the Bills decide, let's cut bait on Tyrod Taylor, because I want him out of that division.
Exactly.
He's dangerous.
One of the things that I found weird when, at the end of last season, when they were going through, when they were firing Rex Ryan, didn't Rex Ryan say, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he said something like, I didn't want to play E.J. Emanuel, and they wanted me to.
There was something like that.
Sort of,
by
week
gone,
16,
right?
17.
What's his name drafted him, and he's been gone.
But that was was it Doug Whaley?
There was something.
Whaley's
there was
still
something to that.
It was the old man that drafted him before Whaley.
Buddy
Nix.
Okay.
Yeah.
But because it was I get that they were probably trying to figure out what they had or didn't have in him, and they were trying whatever. But I just thought that was an interesting. Why would you say that publicly?
Right.
Yeah, I think they assume that they overpaid for Tyrod Taylor, and it's well, no, that's what quarterbacks that are in the top 20 get.
Again,
and he's pretty good.
Are there 20 quarterbacks?
He's
better than him?
He's a dangerous guy who is difficult to game plan around a guy who can move like.
Well, I'll say this to round it up. I think I'm skeptical about Ryan Tannehill. I think he's fine. To your point about Jay Cutler a little while ago, how many QBs are better than him?
That's my
18.
It's all about
like
availability of options.
He's in the upper 2/3, which is damning with faint praise. But
But then you have a
20.
coach that can maximize him, and you put things around him like Jarvis Landry, like maybe Julius Thomas works out, like a running back, so that
And the other thing,
I
I say it all the time, and it gives me no pleasure to talk about line of scrimmage play and especially offensive line, but the facts are in. If you can block up front, it makes everything go on offense, and that offensive line is going to be great next year.
But
I mean,
everyone keeps saying that, but I don't.
Well, the pieces, I don't know. I'm not.
Tunsil's your left
tackle.
tackle.
Okay,
but they need
that would
two
be a
guards.
right
They've been
tackle.
looking for two guards. No, he played left guard last season, so
They'll kick him
they've been
out.
looking for two guards for a decade, which shouldn't be too difficult to do in the NFL. There's plenty of, it's not like guards are this kind of scary thing to find. And they still haven't got them, and they're going to go into this offseason again looking for two guards.